Thank you, Mrs. Judge. As you can see, it takes a village of supporters to raise our students, and we are all very grateful to all of you, each and every one of you that plays such a vital role in helping us do our job every day. And I think I see Miss Rose Anyekwe in the audience. I don't know if you were mentioned. People show up. They love our program. They show up, and I feel we have to acknowledge because everyone is important. I would like to ask the class, give your friends and family a round of applause, please. Of course, they are forever in gratitude for your support, and I know that you know this. And if you don't, then today you know this. I would like to invite the president, Miss Jennifer Owen, to share a couple of words.
Welcome, family, friends, and esteemed faculty. My name is Jennifer Owen, and I'm proud to be the president for the Spring 2015 nursing class. It is an honor to be a part of this exceptional group of new nurse graduates. We would like to thank the faculty members, the administrative staff, the NRL staff for your leadership and inspiration, your commitment to excellence and to our success. Thank you for insisting that we understand not only what nurses do, but also the priceless trust that patients place in nurses as their advocates in an increasingly dynamic and complex healthcare system. Thank you to the nursing program director, Mrs. Emily Judge, for administering such an extraordinary, well-respected nursing program. Your leadership, presence, and interaction with us was inspirational and appreciated more than you could know. 2 years ago, we entered this nursing program as strangers, not knowing what the next 2 years would have in store for us. On our first day of school, Ms. Ramirez used the Hawaiian word ohana, which means family, to describe us. And we certainly became a nursing ohana very quickly. We all made life-changing decisions to be a part of this program. Finances were reprioritized, and debts were incurred. Family members were asked to step into roles that we previously managed on our own. We worked hard, but we didn't do it alone. Excuse me. To all the family and friends who gave us time, space, financial support, and inspiration to take on this challenge, we say with gratitude, thank you. I'm standing here today feeling tachycardic, tachypnic, diaphoretic, and slightly syncopal. Fortunately, I'm surrounded by nursing graduates who not only know what I'm talking about, but more importantly, know what to do if I hit the floor. There were times when nursing school felt like a foreign language immersion program, a never-ending vocabulary lesson. Who knew that our college-level vocabularies would be insufficient to describe shortness of breath or the rate of a beating heart? We spent the last 2 years studying, practicing, and aiming for perfection in our nursing knowledge. I would like to briefly share our journey and acknowledge the instructors who guided us along the way. Our first summer of nursing school began with Ms. Ramirez, taking us through an introduction to pharmacology. Little did we know this would only be a taste of what was to come. During first semester, Mrs. Kretzel, Mrs. Garcia, Mrs. Whalen, Ms. Ramirez, Mrs. Rodemick, and Ms. Dudley taught us the fundamentals of medical surgical nursing and pharmacology, which gave us the strong foundation from which we would continue to build upon. You pushed us to be our best, but also reminded us to be humble, remember where we started, and the challenges we faced to get us where we are. In second semester, Ms. Esmail and Mrs. Johnson took us further into medical surgical nursing, where we learned more about complex systems such as cardiology, respiratory, hematology, gastrointestinal, and urology. You were essential in furthering our assessment skills and teaching us how to work autonomously. Mrs. Anyekwe took us into the world of psychiatric medicine, where we would see the psychiatric disorders come to life and we would gain a better understanding of mental health. Being in clinical allowed us to examine ourselves and opened our eyes to the great need of mental health services. This allowed us to face some of our own preconceptions of mental health issues. Then came third semester, where Ms. Tellian, Mrs. Getz, Ms. Amirian, and Ms. Tarones took us a step further into the disease process by applying all of our knowledge in our clinical practice. Mrs. Kessian, Ms. Fleming, and Ms. Zamora were responsible for educating us on the miracle of life in the maternal child process. This is where we were taught to care for 2 patients simultaneously, the mother, and the newborn. Mrs. Getz and Mrs. Cost exposed us to the world of pediatrics, where we would see the strength and the courage of children with health issues. After this, we learned we could care for patients of all ages. Before we knew it, fourth semester was here. Mr. Vale and Mr. Ranches gave us the golden nuggets to take everything we learned and apply it to community-based and high-acuity nursing. With the help of Miss Esmail, Mr. Vale, Mr. Ranches, Miss Magallanes, and Miss Calendarian, we were able to do our specialty rotations on the intensive care units, as well as our community-based clinicals, where we were able to help patients in the non-traditional hospital settings. We were also fortunate enough to participate in a preceptor program, an opportunity that is not presented to many college programs. With the help of Miss Klein, Miss Tellian, Miss Ferguson, and Mr. Vale. During this time, we were caring for patients under the supervision of our experienced nurses, working their 12-hour shifts. This was an experience that we will value and take with us as we go out into the workforce. Now we're finally here, ready to graduate and go out and show the world what amazing nurses we will be. Thank you to the hospitals, clinical sites, and nursing staff that allowed us to go to the facilities and took the time to guide and teach us in our clinical rotations, allowing us to obtain the hands-on experience needed to be great nurses. And of course, we would like to thank our guidance counselor, Patricia Jongazian, for all your hard work and dedication. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank my classmates. It's been an honor and a privilege to work alongside all of you for the last 2 years. We spent countless hours together in the classrooms, clinicals, volunteering, in the NRL, and during late night study sessions. We've shared many laughs, and we've also shared some stressful moments. We've pushed each other to be the best, and we've been there for each other through all the struggles and the success. Today is a bittersweet occasion. It marks the culmination of all our efforts, yet it's the last time we will all be together as a class. I hope each of you cherishes this journey that led you to this point. I've learned from each of you, and I remain in awe of your intellect and determination, your creativity, and your passion for your future career. You've already accomplished something significant. Set your sights high and write a new chapter. The next piece of the journey is up to you, and I know you will all be amazing. And always remember, Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Thank you.